You're listening to Roots and Rise with Kels and Madi.
Rooted in wisdom, rising together.
So last night, I experienced one of the greatest things that ever happened to me, and I guess whenever you're listening to this podcast, it was like a while ago. But I went to go see Twilight in concert. So it was an orchestra playing live music with a live vocalist to the music of Twilight. And when I tell you the Civic Center, which has thousands of seats in it,
Thousands.
every seat was full.
Yeah.
So Twihards go hard in Oklahoma City. I see you, babes. I see you. And I am like screaming at the top of my lungs, like every time a character comes on on the screen. By the way, I'm so high up, like we got $20 tickets, so high up you can only see half the screen. So like you can't even see half the movie, but I've seen it so many times it doesn't matter. And I stay till the very end where they're like singing the Paramore song. They're singing all like the goody goodies, and I am like crying. Like I am unwell. Hunter bought me a t-shirt. He bought himself a matching t-shirt. He was screaming with me. It was magical.
Everything.
It was one of the best nights of my life. I'm not even kidding. And I will just say, like, it made me think, what are the ways that we can make the little girl / teenage version of us come to life? That was one of the biggest ways I could have made that teenage version of me come to life. And I just want to like pose the question for us. How are we making the little girl or the little kid, the teenage version of us come to life? I think that we get younger and we become more agile and we become happier and more energized when that version is alive in us. So I pose that question today.
How do we maintain the whimsy?
The whimsy.
I love that word.
The whimsy.
The whimsy. Gosh, I am so passionate about this. I feel like as women, we take on the role of like being in charge and handling everything and can really get bogged down by that. And then by the end of the day, our soul is just like, there's no room left for whimsy.
That's why we're all on Prozac.
But Prozac helps me find my whimsy.
Thank
when
God
I'm not
for Prozac.
tired.
No, I mean, I think it's an actual issue that like there's so many women, there's especially so many women, moms, working moms just in this era in their 30s, and we're all on Prozac. And I don't think that is a coincidence. I think it's like because something has not been tapped into, and it's that we're
tired.
We're exhausted. And it does not help that every horrific thing in the world is at our fingertips. I get notified of every time something bad happens. And that is literally every 5 minutes. So it's not like I'm detached, listeners. It's not that I'm not aware of everything that's happening. I just can't survive in a world that is falling apart around me when I'm supposed to keep my 2 daughters. Oh, like I told Keller yesterday, I can't go into the full story because I don't want to offend anybody. I got a necklace the other day. It's gold and it's really cool. And it has a hidden message in Morse code in it. Okay. It's for me. It's not really for anyone else's business, but it's for me. And I needed it for my heart. And the money that I spent for that necklace goes to aiding some individuals who needed, they need food. So all this to say, it has a message in it. Keller was like, what does the necklace mean? It looks like a snake. And I was like, well, it's made of Morse code. It has a hidden message, and it's to fight the bad guys. And she freaks out. She was like, what's the name of the bad guy? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, what's the name of the bad guys? I was like, there's a few bad guys. And she was like, real ones. And I was like, for now, we're going to call the bad guys Professor Poopy Pants. And we're not going to refer to them as any other names. Just Professor Poopy Pants. There's so many of them at this point.
That's their collective name.
They're all Professor Poopy Pants.
Yeah.
And I was like, but mommy feels passionately about the fact that like there are bad guys in the world. She goes, you know what? Like Maleficent. I was like, Maleficent's not even a bad guy. She's misunderstood. She's had a hard road.
Us at the end of the day.
She's had a hard road. It taught me something about the bad guys. I was like, everybody is a flawed person.
Right.
We're all messy. We all need the grace of God. But I do love that I've turned the narrative of the bad guys in my head from this like nonstop inundated news on my phone to being like, I have like, I've like turned it into like the bad guys on Disney.
Yeah, you have to compartmentalize it in that way.
You kind of have to whimsy your way through the trauma.
I think
that
too
is your life.
that we are a generation that was handed this social media and access to the world and more information than we're really supposed to have in a day,
for sure,
in a week, in a month, in a year. We're inundated with all this stuff that we aren't physically capable of processing. And so, we're kind of like glitching out.
We're glitching out.
And
how do we bring ourselves back to like literally being in the present moment? Like right now, we are sitting in a lovely home gym. I'm sitting next to my best friend. I've got my water. The sun is shining. That's my present moment.
Mm-hmm.
And so I need to feel gratitude for the fact that this is my present moment.
Yeah.
I'm not promised this moment an hour from now. So at least I should feel grateful
for right now.
And how can I make this moment whimsical?
And it already is. Like, I think when you just acknowledge it, like, oh my gosh, it is not raining. It is this beautiful blue sky day. We have a puppy asleep by us. Oh, this is so perfect. And we're besties sitting here getting to podcast together in the middle of a Thursday.
It's like having aggressive gratitude.
Aggressive gratitude. And it's honestly, I remember when I was creating my company, Move by Madi, I found that it actually doesn't matter what your product is, what your content is. People just want to feel like they're a part of something. And you got to glamorize it. Like I started selling these crew neck sweatshirts before crew necks were like all the rage. This was like 9 years ago. And it took off because you could go out and you could see people out in the wild in your Move by Madi sweatshirt. And you were like a part of something. So it was like this, I mean, it was just like this romanticized, like, are you in the Move by Madi group? Okay, well, now we're in a sisterhood. And it's just kind of like what Taylor Swift has done. You know what I mean? I mean, on a much grander scale where it's like, are you a Swiftie? You're a Swiftie? You want a friendship bracelet? Like bringing us together over things that we love. And instead of shaming people for being silly or loving things or tapping into the fun parts of life, like we root for them.
I think it's like, can we not have fun? Okay, so I was talking with a friend recently who has an obsession with just history in general. And we were talking about the 1920s leading into the 30s, and that was a very tumultuous time in history in general. But the Depression era, where there was a flapper movement when the Prohibition happened,
right,
where alcohol was banned and all of this stuff was happening like on the surface, and underground. You had people that were dancing and singing and partying it up, and it's like you have to have this dichotomy, I think, to balance out, because human beings are wired a certain way where we cannot function solely under the precipice of sorrow and just all inundated with all of this like trauma. Like I feel like this past month has been like, we had a hospital stay with my youngest. We had my house almost burned down 2 days ago.
She tried to be a trad wife, and
oh my God,
it backfired.
Trad wife. I tried to freaking cook a pot roast or whatever, a corned beef.
That's as close as you get to trad wife.
I burned my house. My house smells like smoky eyes, and it makes me cry every time I walk into it because it's my sanctuary. And I walk into my home.
It's maybe gonna get better.
It's disgusting. And I'm like, and then like on top of that, like, there's poop and pee all over the house from an animal and my kids. And one's trying to potty train herself. And on top of that, there's like, work is stressful sometimes. And then I got sick. And it was like, bing, 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 bing,
it's too hard all the time.
Too many things. And then on top of that, I'm not even kidding. I don't even look at Instagram first thing in the morning, but I pop it open and I'm like, well, for God's sakes, like what is happening? in the world. Like how, if I can get passionate about one thing, it's that I'm like, nobody needs all this power. Nobody does. Nobody does. Like you don't. Just go for a walk. Have a breath. Like have a cone of ice cream and take a minute and watch Twilight. You will feel so much better. Dictatorships across the globe. What is up with you people? I'm serious. I could literally sprint miles thinking about just this topic. So I'm sitting here being like, my life is a disaster and my house is on fire and my kids are sick and I'm sick and the world seems not well. And so, yeah, Twilight in concert is the best thing that's ever happened to me because when I'm experiencing all of that, we need glimmer. We need a shimmer of light. We need to recognize that our friendship podcast talking about God, like we need this. We need this to survive. You need your treat. You need your coffee.
Yeah.
That you go and talk to the barista. You need
yeah.
your comfort show or your comfort book or your comfort food. You need those things because we cannot.
I'm realizing as you're talking, it's this big light bulb moment. First of all, I love that word dichotomy. Oof,
I love it too.
It's so good.
It sounds like a dinosaur. Like if you imagined a dinosaur named dichotomy.
You know what I picture when I hear that word? You know those blown eggs at Christmas time where you like take an egg and you blow all the yolk out and it's like perfectly hollow and decorated inside? I don't know why that is what I picture with dichotomy. It's like a hollow but beautiful word.
I think about they missed an opportunity in the musical Cats to name one of the cats dichotomy.
I'm like, we should have named our podcast Dichotomy.
But like nobody really knows what it means because we were just like coming up with these. Speaking of eggs, I found out I was allergic to eggs this week. I mean, it's just like it's so back to dichotomy because I'll spiral and turn this negative, and so we're coming back to positive.
Here's what I was gonna say is we're exposed to so much heavy, and our life is filled with so much heavy that there isn't this balance, right? There's a lot of heavy. So in order to balance that out, what do? We overdo it with the light, which is like, oh, I'm going to have a treat. No, I'm going to have 15 treats. Oh, I'm going to have a glass of wine. No, I'm going to have 2 bottles of wine. Oh, I'm going to go exercise. No, I'm going to run myself ragged.
Because there's no balance.
That's where this excess is because there isn't a little of each. So like maybe a big part of this is the self-discipline of where can I control the heavy? Do I need to be a warrior for causes that I have no effect on?
I mean, Hunter asks me that all the time because he's like, you get so passionate about these things that like you can't do anything about.
Mm-hmm. Andrew does that too. Every few months he's going to run for political office. And I'm like, you have no prerequisites, hon.
He's a doctor. I would trust.
No.
But like, I think here's the issue of what you're like, to the root of what you're saying. It's like Hunter was like, what is something that you're really passionate about? Because if you got involved in a thing that you were really, really passionate about, you would take it over and it would be great. But like, I think the issue is that you're passionate about people. Mm-hmm. If you are an empath, then my response to you is this: when you are around someone, can you immediately feel the weight of them without them saying a word to you, without them telling you anything about their story? It is very bizarre, but I can walk around people and I can legitimately feel their weight. I can feel it and I can't assess it and I can't describe it and I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I just know it. So when I can feel a collective sense of weight, there's a heaviness to the world. It is my duty and my due diligence to my family, to myself, and to the people that I love to do everything in my power to not carry that.
Yeah.
And the reminder is that we have to be reminded of what we should carry. Mm-hmm. And if you're a parent, first and foremost, you got to make sure that you are healthy. Because if you're alive, your kids are alive for the most part. Hopefully, I speak as an orphan. I'm alive. My parents aren't, but whatever. I digress. Take care of yourself. Make sure the oxygen mask is put on you first. And then you need to make sure that your family is solid.
Yeah.
That's usually everybody's bandwidth.
If everybody took care of their own people, we wouldn't have so much to take care of, period.
But nobody wants to focus on what's on their side of the fence.
No, because honestly, it's harder.
I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah, I'm speaking from experience. It is freaking hard to get your family in order.
You have 4 kids, so good Lord.
But it takes you're never done.
Yeah, of course.
You're constantly growing, changing, learning. Your kids are, your spouse is. Like, it's a lot of work. How do you make time to let that little girl inside of you still have an existence? And I think it's that we're saying, like, there's this all or nothing mindset because we're exposed to so much heavy. We need to be exposed to so much light. And what I found is making it a priority to just throughout your day accept those glimmers so that they can kind of compile up into this huge glitter bomb that by the end of the day, you can look back and go, some bad stuff happened, but also this was the best day ever. Because we got to podcast today. The sun was shining today. You know, I don't know. There's tons of reasons. Like my daughter brought me a dead weed from the grass, and instead of being annoyed that it brought bugs in the house, I can go, she literally stopped and thought of me and thought, I want to give this flower to my mom. She won't always do that. Like, what a gift this moment is.
Really sweet.
Yeah, you know, it's just, I think we got to kind of really work to rewire our brains.
Well, because I was thinking about this the other day with you specifically. I was like, no one has ever said this to me ever, but like I have this sort of devil's advocate in my mind where it's like, are you being silly? Like, are you being ridiculous, or are you being out of touch, or are you being whatever? And I'm like, no, we have to survive. We have to survive. And the way that we do that is by finding exactly what you're talking about. And that is the rewiring of our brains. I mean, our society, our world will never change if we do not start to really fight for some of that beauty and some of that levity and some of that light. Because the thing is, like, you're right. Like, an excess of that is actually not the answer.
No.
It's actually, the harder thing is to rewire, but that's what's required.
Yeah, and it's consistency, which means little bits, inch by inch. Life's a cinch. Like, it's hard. It's hard work. And that's the thing I think that kind of bothers me the most. Bother's not the right word because I don't like lose sleep over it. But I see a lot of people very hurt and concerned and vocal. But like, not that many people are willing to do the work on themselves. And like, you know, don't throw bricks at glass houses. Like, you can't heal people if you're hurting. Like,
yeah, like some of these online warriors, it's like, if we're gonna get mad, let's figure out why we're so angry first.
It's like when someone comes to you for advice and you give it and they don't take it, but then they just keep coming and complaining, and you're like, I love you so much, but I don't want to listen to this anymore because you know how I feel about it. And you're asking for advice, but you're not taking it. You just want to feel bad.
And some people do.
And it's easy to get stuck in wanting to feel bad.
It's an addictive feeling. I've been there before.
So it's also, you can get stuck in feeling good. You just have to focus on it.
Yep.
Take a bath, take a bubble bath, listen to some Nora Jones. Like, I love something that I love and I always have. I remember doing this in college, and one of my friends was like, that's so unique. And I'm like, is it? And it's always that, like, I would take a bubble bath like once a week and light candlesticks and play music and like make it a full on like feminine experience. But my mom has always been really good at creating like experiences. Mm-hmm. So to me, that was normal. And she's like, I'm going to go do that now. And that's what I do in our home. I love like just transforming the space around me into a dynamic of like, this is going to feel like this. Mm-hmm. Like we're going to light some candles. We're going to play some jazz. Tonight we're having Italian, and we're going to fully immerse ourselves and do some dancing in the kitchen. And like, that's enough to just get everybody's brain switched to like, this is fun.
You are literally programming your kids to have that mentality and you're saving them. Like,
we get
God,
to control the narrative.
what an incredible gift.
We can live in a book. We can live in a fairy tale because we're the directors. And so you just got to take your power back. Like if you feel like you are constantly pulled down by the negative and the hurt and the sadness and the fear in the world, like take your power back.
You know how you've like influenced me is sometimes I'll imagine that I went to jail. And I'll think about like, how would I be able to do this and apply this if I was in jail?
Too. My worst fear is going to prison.
Why? I would get so much sleep if I was in prison.
I don't want to be controlled by other people.
No, that would be awful. I'm not saying the prison would be great.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
you would
like,
get some sleep.
I might get some sleep.
But maybe not. Those are dirty mattresses. And, I don't like dirty stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't either.
No, let me just say this. The thing I think about, though, is like, because I will take it to the extreme, right? So I apply some of the stuff that Maddie says, and I'm like, because I have a tendency to be passionate about a lot of things. And I'll be like, okay, when I first met Maddie, I was like, how can anybody be like this all the time? Because I feel like this is not sustainable. And when you come to find out it's a practice, I'm like, okay, so really what she's saying without saying it is you could be this person anywhere. You could be this person in any circumstance, in any country, in any like different pair of shoes. You could be this person seeing the bright side of things. And I was thinking like, man, if I pray I'd never go to jail, but like if that ever happened, it would be like there are ways to change your perspective so that it's not a death sentence.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You can find goodness in everything. That's joy. That's God's love.
And so I'm like, it's easy to look at Maddie's life or mine and say, on the surface, to be like, of course it's easy to find joy when you have a beautiful home, you have beautiful kids, you have a great marriage, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that is daily work that is not taken for granted. And I said this before in a previous episode, but it's like, nobody has seen her at her darkest moments. Nobody's seen my darkest moments. So you don't know what the fire that shaped us to get here. And so it's like, we've all been in our own version of prison. I mean, I was homeless sleeping in my car once. So it's not like I haven't known it, but so I think that's
we've all been at rock bottom.
I just want to it's like, I want to clarify because some of this toxic positivity bothers me when people don't give perspective or they don't give reason as to why they're telling you why this is something you should take into consideration. Finding whimsy is not just something that is lighthearted and a good time. It's like, do we all not need this?
We all need some optimism.
For real.
We really do. Because, I mean, it feels good to feel good. And people that feel good are nice. And people that are nice make good choices.
Amen. You want people that are nice to be around you too.
Yeah. So and around your kids and just making choices for other people.
Yeah.
So just find some whimsy this week.
Be whimsical.
Don't worry about what other people think. Go do you.
Go buy a t-shirt with Harry Potter on it and then go make yourself a butterbeer and watch the movie. Did I just tell you what I'm doing this weekend? Whoops.
Oh, this is my last tidbit before we go. This is a way I'm finding whimsy this week. Normally, I streamline everything, but I learned in therapy this week that like just because it's the most, what was the word I used? Efficient way to do something doesn't mean it's the best. So typically I order all my kids' costumes in September for Halloween, have them shipped, then we're done. Bada bing, bada boom. Don't have to think about it. We're all going to go shopping for them this weekend. I'm going to let them go look and pick it out just like I did when I was little. Is it more work? Yes. Is it more time? Yes. Is it a great experience to have with my kids and one that they'll remember? Yes. Am I going to do it in a hurry? No. We're just going to go pick out Halloween costumes, which we have never done.
I love this.
And I'm actually really excited for it.
I really love this.
Yeah. And so I'm like, wait, this is like a whole event now in my head. I'm like, okay, we're going to go to Starbucks before and get like spooky drinks. And by spooky, I mean like I'm going to get coffee and they're probably going to get pink drinks. And then we're just going to like make it fun.
What are you guys going to be?
I don't know. Izzy wants to be a bat, which kills me. She's going to be so cute. And what did Gabby wants to be a T-Rex.
So amazing. God, that's so incredible.
And Ellis wants to be a golden Labubu, which she's expecting me to make. So I got to get with the other moms on that. I don't remember what Viv said. But I might get myself a costume too. You know, I dress up every year.
I have to go figure out. The costumes are so expensive.
Ugh.
Keller wants to be the Sanderson sisters.
Oh, you're going to borrow that one.
Oh, I do. I need to text Taylor right now so I don't forget.
Yeah.
I need to borrow that costume and the book so that I don't have to buy.
Yes, do that. Also, borrow stuff from your friends.
If anybody, well, it'll be too late by the time this airs.
Yeah.
But if you.
Maybe.
But if anybody has a Sanderson costume for toddlers, 4T and 2T, let me know.
Hit us up.
Specifically, Keller wants to be Sarah and Sailor wants to be Mary with the vacuum.
Yes.
I need to find a tiny vacuum.
You do.
A 2-year-old vacuum.
Get Dustbuster.
And Hunter's going to be Biggs. I'm dying.
It's going to be so cute. Anyway, stuff like that. Lean into that. Maybe you've never dressed up for Halloween and you do it this year and your kids are like, what?
My mom used to literally build an entire set in front of her house.
I believe that.
The most epic year the most epic costume she did where she was a Dracula and then a witch, and she did full makeup, so Dracula, she built a coffin, put dry ice in it, and sat in it because she had had surgery that year,
so
and she couldn't stand.
That's so
she
smart.
sat in the coffin and would recline herself up every time somebody would come. Yeah, it was amazing.
An icon.
She is, iconic. And then but dry ice was like a common occurrence. Like she would dry ice the whole
She was
yard.
a dry ice gal.
She dry iced the whole, the house was decked
Fogging.
decked out. Our house was epic for Halloween.
That's amazing.
Oh, it was epic. And I can't even, I could never compete with what she did.
No. But that's okay.
It was incredible. Oh my God.
So see, look, what a memory. All that whimsy was worth it.
My mom was you guys, you don't even know. She was so epic. It was crazy.
Oh, I love it.
I miss her today. I miss her, but I will soon turn into her in the form of Winifred Sanderson.
Yes. Okay. We love you guys. Go find your whimsy this week.
Love you.
Love ya.